So today I want to talk about 3 key ways to know if you are financially and mentally ready to invest. So, hey guys, my name is Gloria June. I am a profit strategist and fractional CFO. I am hired by business owners who are going through a growth spurt and are also experiencing growing pains. And what they want is a greater sense of control and clarity over their financials so they could plan for a consistently profitable future. So here are some of the factors you need to take into account before you invest in your business. Number 1, do you have an emergency fund? Number 2, what are your financial goals and are you on track to meet these goals? And number 3, what are the areas of your business that are just not your forte? So starting with idea number 1 for the emergency fund, many people believe that an emergency fund only applies to personal finances, and that's not the case. An emergency fund is simply cash that you've set aside for unexpected expenses or for periods when your cash flow slows. When you are investing in your growth, you always want to have a safety net in place so you're never forced to liquidate your important long-term investment assets, or you never want to incur expensive credit card debt. So how much should you place in your emergency fund? So using your financials, you can start by quantifying your monthly operating expenses that you are responsible for regardless if you generate revenues or not. You can target up to 3 months to start with and then later build up to 6 months, especially if you are in an unpredictable industry. Now, that leads me to point number 2. Are you meeting your financial goals? And we know most entrepreneurs start their business with a financial goal in mind, but then become consumed with day-to-day operations and lose sight of their financial goals. And so, as you think of your future, take a step back and really think about your goals. By that, I mean setting goals into manageable increments. Don't overwhelm yourself. Say you should set up a 30-day goal or 90-day goal, 1 year, 5 years. But I have to also say, be careful. Are your goals not challenging enough so you become too lax? Or maybe are you in an environment that is so dynamic that you may need to revise your goals? Otherwise, you may permanently walk away and give up. And now that takes me to point number 3. You're a business owner because you're really good at what you do, and hopefully you enjoy doing it most of the time. But I'm willing to bet that there are areas in your business that you just dread doing, and you are simply not, and there's simply not a good use of your time. You know what I mean? For example, recently I was having a discussion with a client who was so stressed out about the amount of time that she was spending on managing Facebook ads. We talked about how valuable her time was and evaluated the ROI of having someone else manage certain critical tasks, such as the Facebook ads, on her behalf. Sometimes we need to invest in people because it helps us grow, because the mental and physical time that it takes us to make sure these things are done right is well worth the price that we pay. What's one of the key roles that you should add to your team if you are seeing significant growth? I would respond by saying a fractional CFO or part-time CFO, but we all know that not all businesses are ready for a CFO. But if you are growing your revenues by leaps and bounds, and you are simply receiving a profit and loss statement from your bookkeeper and you're stashing it away in some file, I foresee big problems in your future. Your financial statements, if you interpret it properly, can tell you what needs to be done to grow more profitably. Okay? And I need to pause by saying it's not only about the revenues. You want to grow your revenues, but at the same time, you need to focus on growing your profits. And I will repeat that statement over and over again. So, in summary, before you make that decision to invest, as a reminder, ask yourself, do you have an emergency fund established? Are you meeting your financial goals? And have you identified those areas in your business that are simply not your forte? So hopefully you could see that by investing in your business, it doesn't have to be guesswork. And if you don't use your numbers to make decisions about your business's future, you risk overstretching yourself and causing more harm than good. Partner with your CFO to read and understand the story behind the numbers. Trust me, there was a point in my career as a corporate rat where my role was called the story behind the numbers analyst. Basically, I had to interpret the story behind the numbers and communicate it out. So basically, if you don't currently have a team to support you in this, please feel free to reach out to us so we could see how we might be able to help. My name is Gloria, and my contact is reflected below in the comments, and I do provide a free 30-minute consultation. Take care, and it was fun being here today.